We are officially closing into the curtain fall of April in the year of 2021. And let me just take a moment to emphasize this month went by
extremely swiftly.
And of course, man, it was a very joyful month like any other April that, well, I call it joyful, so don't judge me. So yeah, I was thinking, well, let us finish this off with a bang, shall we? Hello there everyone, my name is the one and only Silverreploid CLE and welcome to the long-awaited Q&A video, aka the longest Q&A video if need be, if it's that longest Q&A video if you will, but enough about that. Reason being doing this Q&A video is on account of the fact that we've reached 25,000 subscribers, and of course I want to wholeheartedly thank you all so much for getting us to that number on behalf of YouTube. Although fame is not everything, it's just showing people how capable you are doing things and whatnot, and of course getting along with building tons of bonds and relationships with other people like viewers and collaborators and whatnot. And that's why I came to YouTube, and it definitely made things a lot more sweeter like cake and whatnot. Although speaking of cake, I'm craving for some right now actually. But it's early morning, and of course not to mention it is quite dark out here because, well, it was raining for some time now, and of course, but at the very least though, I have my lighting right here, which is my phone's light, and of course so you guys can see me with a better lighting view and whatnot. So yes, regarding the Q&A for this one, I received a great number of questions from you guys, and I want to thank you all so much for participating in my Q&A video. And for those who did not participate, for those who had other things to take care of, it's okay, it's totally fine, I totally understand. At the very least, so you guys still kept this channel going, and I can't thank you guys enough for such love and support and whatnot, like how I gave love and support for you guys, and I'll continue to do that no matter what happens. So guys, with that being said, yeah, these questions are very lengthy. Well, not lengthy, but they're short summary, they're short term, and of course they're in different ones. I did ask you guys to make this, we're gonna make this a lengthy Q&A video, considering that I have not done a Q&A video in a long time. Although in the nearest future, if I do more Q&As, it'll probably be much more lengthier. I don't know, it depends on what I got going on my hands. But anyway guys, yeah, so I got your questions, and of course thank you all so much for taking the time to submit them to me in the comment section in the community post that I made regarding the 25k subscriber Q&A. And yeah, here I am in this different perspective, answering you guys questions with full honesty. And yes, without any further ado, let us commence. Our first question here comes from Photon Jet. When did you dive into the world of Splatoon and become a content creator? In terms of Splatoon based content, I started doing those back in 2018. That was when I first became familiar with Source Filmmaker. Considering that I've seen the majority of animations either on Gmod or SFM, but most of the time I do SFM. Well, that was the first program I came across before I came to Gmod. Because while I'm such a noob at Gmod, even though I got the game on Steam, I gave it a shot, but I'm such a noob when it comes to it. But I'm much more into animating with Source Filmmaker because it contains much more movement and whatnot, long story short, and of course it provides more nostalgic color and whatnot, and it's just amazing how things just panned out with SFM. It's just my opinion. Now, I don't despise Gmod or find Gmod so mediocre. It's just a basic animation tool, although it does have many distinctive features and programs compared to Source Filmmaker, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, I guess in the near future I might get myself familiar with Gmod. I don't know, but it depends. Next question comes from JetBlue Chest JBC, asking me, would you soon play with me and JBCC on the PS4 as collab in the future? Modern Warfare 2019. Now, there's a con when it comes to doing online play on the PS4. Number one, PlayStation Plus subscription. And number two, you might come across some lag and whatnot when playing online against other people. But I wish there was a way you can, well, I don't know, but that's just the PlayStation Network themselves. But yeah, collaboration sounds nice when it comes to playing PS4 games like Mortal Kombat and Gran Turismo, and of course a little modicum of Call of Duty, if you will. And yeah, I miss playing online, but most of the time I play online via Steam. But there's still a lag con if you will. But hopefully in the near future, I'll think of something. Next question comes from JBCC the Luminary, aka JetBlue's Chest C the Luminary. How do you feel when me and JetBlue Chests are here with you, including your YouTube friends, 2Dev Sensei, Kitchen May, and others? I actually consider them as family. I also consider you, JBCC the Luminary, and your brother JBC are family as well, because well, without you guys I wouldn't know where to run to when it comes to doing content creating and whatnot, and of course getting along, sharing bonds and whatnot, sharing different interests. And he also asked me, do you have anything you'd like to say about me in JetBlue Chests? Anything, I don't mind. Well, yes, that's all I can say. It's meant asks me, well, here we go. Number 1, when did you join in this community? Somewhere around 2019. I have to get myself a little bit familiar with Splatoon. But if you're referring to the YouTube community, I would say around 2010. That was when I first started doing YouTube, but ever since I started my YouTube channel, I had not got myself familiar with the platform. All I did was make music and of course did a little bit of vlogging, and of course I took a little step further and did more other categories of different content. So I don't remember this, but when did we first met? Good question. I forgot as well. Gaming channel when? It's converged with the original channel. Don't get it twisted. Although speaking of gaming, I do have a gaming video that I intend to post sometime either on Sunday or so, I don't know, but yeah, I recorded it after I got a lot of questions from you guys, but you will definitely see a gaming video real soon, so stay tuned. Jaden Chandler asked me, how do you make those Meggy icons? They're not just icons, it's just a Pyrotechnic watermark that I did. The first version I did was with Adobe After Effects, and of course it was a fail on my part. I know it didn't look iconic, it didn't have that iconic inkling look of Meggy herself when she first came to SMG4's world, but at the very least though, I did love how I panned out the hair, whatnot, how it was flowing, and of course had that sparkly look, and it was just gorgeous how I panned it out at first. And of course the second edition I made was, the second version I did was with Source Filmmaker. I had to get myself very familiar with Source Filmmaker. I made another Meggy shell, or icon as you call it, and it was a walk in the park getting familiar with the particles and the modeling and whatnot, and it was definitely a cinch for the secondary version. BG Films asked me, where did the name Silverreploid CLE come from? Okay, you know, it takes me back to the time I did my first trailer on YouTube to tell you guys my name and whatnot, and of course I would have done a better job if I got myself more familiar with video editing. I would have done a very excellent job with the trailer, but enough about that. Silver, because I love the color silver. Reploid, because I'm a Mega Man X fan, or Mega Man fan in general with Mega Man X. CLE, the initials to my real name, Corey Lamont Ellis. And that's when Silverreploid CLE came to virtuality and of course reality. Alex Madrano asked me, what do you think of Dark Squid and the Army DOSA? Dark Octo Squid Army. Well, I guess it's a formidable and dark alliance, if you will, like how you see an antagonist like in cartoons and whatnot. I guess it's okay. Not very much familiar with the Dark Squid, but I know Dark Squid from Alex Spiders, aka Corporal Alex Spiders videos, and of course she was like, it was like she was trying to have beef with Alex and whatnot, considering how formidable the Alex and Inkura are, and it was just amazing. Long story short, I guess the alliance is okay. GotchaGirl10 asked me, I really like your videos, thank you so much GG10. Do you love making Splatoon videos? Yes, I do, whether it's music, whether it's animations, whether it's reactions, etc. If you play Splatoon, what weapon would you use? I would use the E-Litter series, E-Litter 3K, E-Litter 4K, any E-Litter weapon that they have in the game. Although if they were to have more E-Litter weapons in Splatoon 3, I would definitely go for those. And of course, speaking of Splatoon 3, I still need to switch. But at the very least still, I still love the game altogether, even though I haven't played it before. I also love one of the hero weapons, one of the weapons that correlate with the P90 from CSGO. For those who play CSGO, the P90, I love the SMG that they have in there, all the SMGs that they have in there, and I love that. I love the E-Litter series, and yeah. In one of your videos, do you want to be agent or a superhero? I would say agent. Would you mind if I was in your video sometime? Oh, I don't mind at all. I had a lot of people who actually collaborated with me for reaction duels, and of course adding them as cameos for my animations and whatnot, or heck, even voice acting. Guys, I do have a casting call, but you don't necessarily have to go with casting call. I also have a Discord. If you want to touch bases with me in regards to collaborating with me for voice acting and whatnot, you may do so by heading to my casting call. It will be my main YouTube page in the links section. And of course, you can hit me up on Twitter via Discord, and of course, we can work things out, and of course, we'll collaborate step by step. Omar the Inkling Dragon asks me, what is your favorite Disney movie? I had a lot of my favorite Disney movies, but if I were to choose at least one of my very favorite movies that I love watching every now and then when I was a little kid, even to this day, although I might decide to watch it later or so, I don't know. But if I were to choose at least one of my favorite Disney movies, it would be Pocahontas. I love the musicals, I love the gorgeous, beautiful colorations that they had in the movie, and everything else they provided in the movie. It takes me way back. I love Mother Nature, and of course how two places intertwine, like the UK and of course the other place, I forget what it's called, but they had Pocahontas and John Smith coming together and whatnot, and people getting along. I love that movie, I really do. Favorite food? Ramen. And of course, you can never go wrong with ramen. I love ramen. Although I do love chicken too, and beef, and kimchi. A lot of food I love, but if I were to choose at least one of my favorite foods, it'd be ramen. Top notch. Favorite cartoons? Cat Dog, Rugrats, Hey Arnold, Powerpuff Girls, Ed, Edd and Eddy. My old favorite cartoons I loved back in the day, and there were a lot of them. They were very amazing. I also love Kenan and Kel, even though it was on Teen Nick. I love a lot of my favorite Nickelodeon shows, and of course Cartoon Network shows, and it's just amazing. Everything about those cartoons were freaking amazing. Do you like Pyra or Mithra from Xenoblade Chronicles? I never actually played Xenoblade Chronicles, but I did see the combat mechanism of both Pyra and Mithra, and of course, I'm gonna have to go with Mithra on this one, considering that she almost reminds me of Angela Balzac from Expelled from Paradise. I mean, just look at her. She has that amazing look, and of course, the familiar coloration of Angela Balzac. Like, it's like Xenoblade Chronicles, actually, like the movie Expelled from Paradise, where everything was just wow. That movie was amazing. I hadn't seen a movie in a while too, Expelled from Paradise, but I'm gonna go with Mithra. Do you like Transformers? You can never go wrong with Autobots. Although there's this one Decepticon toy that I had when I was a kid called Thundercracker. I love how it resembles the aircraft and the weaponry that it contains, and it was one of my favorite Decepticons, I'm not gonna lie. But I had to side with Autobots. Optimus Prime, it was just wow. Favorite Pokemon? Okay, so I'm gonna turn this as if I'm playing Pokemon on the 64 with 6 Pokemon prior to battling. Okay, so if I were to choose 6, I would go with the following: Ferret, Magnemite, Skarmory, Pikachu, Tentacle, and Vaporeon. These are my top favorite 6 Pokemon. Favorite anime? Persona 4 the animation, Blaze Blue Ultra Memory, although Blaze Blue is definitely one of my jams, but I also love Persona as well. And yeah, favorite Marvel superhero? Iron Man. To Frost, what does she like to do for fun? Allow me to show you. Just hop forward to you on the screen. Do you like trains? You mean do I love trains? Oh, I definitely love trains. Ever since I was young, I love how the cantilevers activate the gates and lights and signaling us that the train is approaching. But my favorite locomotive is the Norfolk Southern. The coloration, and of course, I'm guessing the left and right fading lights as it blares a horn, and whatnot. I love trains. I love looking at them. Not to mention, would you believe me if I told you guys that I actually love looking at the live stream edition of trains day after day sometimes, or full videos of trains and whatnot, train compilations. I even still do this to this day, and of course it definitely calms me down when I feel tired and whatnot. Makes me fall asleep sometimes. But yeah, I still love trains. Kamikaze123 asks me, hello, I've heard love your reactions, and I believe you can get 100,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, Kamikaze. How did you find out about YouTube? Well, I'm not sure, honestly. Back when I was in school, well, this is before I got myself a YouTube channel. Back when I was in school, I used to watch a lot of entertaining videos like gameplays and whatnot, music videos. What's your favorite channel that you love to make reactions to? SNG4, the homie Dash, aka Dashy Games, etc. Markiplier. I I also used to love reacting to people such as the Angry Grandpa and McJuggernuggets, although I hardly ever react to McJuggernuggets because, well, back in the day, his old Psycho series was like, oh my god, but it caught me a little off guard when I first saw his Psycho Dad videos where he destroys stuff and whatnot, all because he disrespects him, and it was just like, wow, it was back in my day. Heck, I might decide to watch the old series again, I don't know, but yeah, that's how those are my favorite channels I love reacting to and whatnot. But there are many, many more. I also love reacting to 2Devs Animations and Mr. Riot and many others, even Rudy's, many other in the rest of the Splatoon family that I love reacting to if they have any videos that they want me to check out thus far. What's your favorite game? Battle Garega, because I love challenging myself to do personal bests. For those who don't know what Battle Garega is, it's a Japanese shoot 'em up game by Rising and Aiding, and of course it's on the PS4, it's on arcade, it's on Xbox, and I have it on the PS4 actually. Oh, it's also on Sega Saturn, but I don't have Sega Saturn, I have a PS4 for Battle Garega. And I love the game to the fullest. I love the soundtrack, I love the mechanics that is within the game, like scoring and whatnot, milking out to earn more points and whatnot. Although it can be very challenging, I want to challenge myself like T3 Kamui, one of the top Battle Garega players in the whole world in Japan, and I love looking at her special demonstrations video where she demonstrates her skills, taking on the whole entire game on a higher difficulty level, and that's what got me to getting so addicted to Battle Garega. Like, even to this day, I still play it. All good luck to answering for other questions. Thank you so much, Kamikaze, and hope you have a very blessed and safe days thus far. Next one comes from Yellow Inkling. He says, alright, let's do this. What's your thoughts on the Sonic movie? The first Sonic movie I saw, man, I cannot fathom such beautification of the movie. The beautification was so real when the movie came out. How they actually, now the first render of the Sonic model that they had on the first trailer, it was like, I don't know what to make out from that. But the second remaster, the remaster that they did for the remaster trailer, it definitely made things a whole lot better with that model of Sonic. Gotta love Sonic, man. And I was hoping they had more eateries and whatnot, let alone that chili dog scene that he had when people just slowed down and Sonic was just like going for the chili dogs and it was just insane. And the way that Tails came out in the credit section, I do hope if there's another Sonic movie, there'll be more amazingness with Tails coming along the way with his best buddy Sonic and Knuckles too. I do look forward to the sequel to the Sonic movie. Do you watch Let's Play videos? I do watch Dashi playing some gaming videos, and of course I also watch Markiplier doing the drunk Minecraft and whatnot, so people have recognized me for that. And he said, if you do, will you be able to react to some of mine? It depends. What games do you like playing? I love playing old classic retro gaming like Battle Garega, as I mentioned in the previous question that Kamikaze asked me. I also love Nintendo-based old classics. Even on the Super NES that I have back there, the Super NES Classic Mini, I love the Super NES Classic Mini. I also love playing F-Zero, Kirby's Avalanche, Killer Instinct, Mortal Kombat. I love playing a lot of crazy games that was back there in my childhood. Star Wars on the Super NES, that game, oh, they did a beautiful job with the soundtrack and whatnot, the remaster. I also love Zelda, and I also love TMNT, Turtles in Time. Those games were my favorite back in the day, and I just can't get enough of playing them. And P.S. I'm sorry that I forced you to react to a 30-minute video of Heavy just sitting on the couch doing nothing in Heavy's lockdown madness. Yeah, I remember that shrimp. Super Andy the YouTuber says, congratulations on 25k subscribers. Thank you so much, Andy. And he also asked me, who do you main in Smash Brothers? Now, when I first played the Super Smash Brothers game on the Nintendo 64, I always mained as Link. Maybe because he had this sword. Now, during those times, I never got myself familiar with The Legend of Zelda until I played The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. This was way after Smash on the 64. I main a lot of characters in Smash. I main Link, I main Mario, I main Captain Falcon, I main Pikachu, Yoshi. A lot of cool characters I love main. It depends on what they have in the roster. In the new Smash games, from old to new. And yeah, favorite Splatoon animator. Now this is tough. If you're referring to in the Splatoon family, I would say 2Dev Sensei. He actually motivated me to actually do a ton more animations and whatnot in terms of movement, in terms of creativity and whatnot, and the lighting and whatnot. There are a lot of people in the family that did the same thing too. But if you're also referring to the infamous Splatoon creators, I would say Lizzie the Rascal 15, because, well, Back when I reacted to Silverreploid 15's animations, they had a lot of crazy, amazing anime references, and trust me, I love anime like most people do. And of course, it got me thinking, maybe this year I might do some animations with anime references instead of just fourth wall breakages and whatnot. And yeah, I hope I'll definitely get to that point in due time. But I love all Splatoon animators, but if I were to choose my top favorites in Splatoon family, 2 Sensei, one of the infamous Splatoobers, Silverreploid 15, aka Captain Claude. How do you feel about your friends? Like, how do you get along with them? That is a very great question, although it's rather star-crossed. I just be myself and take myself where my kind-hearted character leads me to. And of course, just, yeah, get along with people, be kind and loving and whatnot, and caring. That's what I'm all about. ThunderBuddy01 says, congratulations on 25k subs, bro. Thank you so much for that. And he asked me, what or who mainly inspired you to get into Splatoon content and reaction videos? Well, firstly, regarding reactions, well, there are a lot of people that inspire me to do reactions. I remember reacting to Angry Grandpa and McJugger Nuggets, first glance. Then came SMG4, and of course, what got me into doing Splatoon, Splatoon reactions actually. What got me into doing Splatoon reactions, I know SMG4 added a small modicum of Splatoon, considering that he added Maggie in the first Splatoon video. If Mario was in Splatoon, it was one of my favorite episodes of SMG4. And I then turned to Alex Spider's animation, Battle Royale, Squid Royale, and of course, it got me to reacting to a ton more Splatoon-based content. And regarding animating, I started back in 2018, trying to get myself familiar with Source Filmmaker, considering how many people I've seen have been animating and whatnot with that program. And of course, even though they use Gmod, well, first things first, I got myself familiar with Source Filmmaker at first. Did a little bit experimenting and whatnot, and I didn't realize it would be that big of a program in terms of having it load, in terms of the load time, and of course in terms of the models are big in size, and of course you have a huge library with models that you can use to make animations and posters with. And I love Source Filmmaker, I really do, and I will definitely not stop using it because, well, I love adding that as one of my categories of what YouTube, let alone just reaction videos per se. If you didn't have a career on YouTube, what would you be doing instead? I know I said I was gonna go for bachelor's for mass communications, for like doing filming and whatnot, or heck, even do opera or voice acting. Well, doing public speaking or speech and whatnot, because, well, I love, well, doing voice acting and whatnot, like pretending as if I'm like voice acting a character and whatnot. I thought I was gonna go for that, but considering that I've done a lot on here as a freelancer, I love being a freelancer actually. I've actually almost excelled most of the skills as a freelancer, as a YouTube creator, like doing voice acting and of course doing little tune-ups on certain videos, video creativity and whatnot. Mass communication combined with voice acting and whatnot. It's basically what I've been doing ever since I've been YouTubing for some time, and of course it got much better now. And had it not been for YouTube, I wouldn't know where to turn to, especially during the age of the pandemic that we're in right now, which I do hope and pray that in the near future all of that will be lifted, and of course people will be going back to, well, most of them already been going back to their lives in the norm and whatnot, but hopefully I'll get there eventually, and I'll still continue doing this YouTubing and whatnot, which is what I love to do. It's part of, people say that it's a hobby. At the same time though, it can be a job. It depends. Cheesy Vids asked me, what or who inspired you to do YouTube? A lot of people and a lot of things. Music making, like Fruit Loop Studio, and of course people who do vlogs and people who react to videos and animate. Who is your biggest inspiration? That is a very tough and good question. SMG4 is one. 2 Sensei is next. It's a lot of people. It's just hard to answer. But at the very least, though, they've actually motivated me. Had it not been for them, I wouldn't be here right now answering these amazing questions that you guys sent me. Awesome Ocelot asked me, I hope you're doing well, Silver, and these are my questions. Who are your top 5 members of the SMG4 gang? SMG4, Mario, Meggy, Tari, and last but by no means least, Rob. Because, well, corn is an awesome vegetable. What are your favorite SMG4 episodes? Enzo's birthday bash. If Mario was in Splatoon, oh shoot, if Mario was in Splatoon, there are many more that I'm missing. Mario's Christmas special, where where Meggy celebrates Christmas for the very first time. It was definitely a wholesome episode, and that's pretty much all I can think of. When did you start watching SMG4, and what was the first episode you ever saw? The first time I watched SMG4 was like way back. I forgot what year it was, but it was when I first started getting familiar with SMG4. The first episode I ever saw was I guess the Spaghetti Factory. In terms of reacting to one of the episodes, the very first one that I reacted to was the Valentine's Day special. What's your favorite animal? Good question. Jellyfish. What's your favorite species of shrimp? Langoustines, because they're gigantic and of course they're like jumbo shrimp. But in terms of the species name, not sure what scientific species name they're called, but I know them commonly by their common names. Favorite cartoon? Top 1 favorite? Cat Dog. Do you have a love interest? If that's too personal, you don't have to answer. Love interest. If you're referring to something that I love, like food, it'd be ramen. If you're referring to something that I love in terms of people, it'd be my family in real life and of course in virtuality. Like you guys are family as well, along with my in real life family, and of course I also had a anime club family that I had back when I was at Delta Community College, and if you're referring to someone I have love interest with, it will be my Splatoon girlfriend, Inky155, aka Megan. What's your top 6 favorite video games? F-Zero, Aero Fighters, Battle Garega, Super Mario Brothers, Star Fox Adventures, and Splatoon. What's your favorite place in the world? If anywhere, it'd be, well, if you're referring to one place that I would like to go to travel, which is part of my bucket list by the way, it would be Japan. Now I also love Korea. I'd love to travel to Asian countries. If the pandemic didn't pop up, I would definitely travel internationally. And finally, 10. What inspired you to be a YouTuber and do reaction videos? I get this question a lot, and of course, for those who ask me the same thing, I'll be front and of course keep it short. A lot of people, and of course, yeah. Next comes from Alexander Gallareni, and he says, "Congratulations on 25k. Thank you so much, Alex." And he asked me, "What's your favorite Pokemon?" Ferret, Magnemite, Tentacle, Pikachu, Skarmory, and Vaporeon. And speaking of Pokemon, I remember them talking about the new Pokemon Snap game for the Switch. Nintendo just had to freaking intimidate me even more, considering that they also intimidated me once with Splatoon 3. When you eventually get a Switch, provided the next console doesn't come out before then, what games do you plan on playing? Splatoon, for one, Super Mario Maker 2, I also intend to get Luigi's Mansion 3 if need be, Super Mario Odyssey, well, it depends on what they have in store, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and many other great ones that they have in there, even Breath of the Wild and Splatoon 3, hopefully. Well, I said Splatoon already, I'm sorry. Would you consider playing any of those games with viewers or Twitch followers? Oh, definitely. Next question comes from my dear Splatoon brother, 2Dev Sensei. Also, disclaimer. And he asked me, are there any plans for new arcs, maybe with an enemy or rival for your Ink Sona? That's a good question there, dear brother 2Dev. Regarding new arcs, I know I made the True arc where I lay out true feelings and whatnot, where everything just pops up and of course it starts to bloom emotionally and whatnot. But regarding new arcs, there is a story arc chapter that I've yet to work on. I know I showed you guys a preview of it last year during my birthday, where it shows chapter 4, Captivity of the Agent. That's the next chapter I was going to work on. I was hoping to add a few infamous Splatoobers to voice act on that episode. Well, at least 1 or 2. I don't know, but it depends. But regarding the enemies for my Ink Sona, that's a very good question. I was thinking either Vile from Mega Man X, or I might just make one custom Ink Sona myself, and I don't know, but hopefully in the near future I'll think of something. I do appreciate the question, dear brother. And of course, also congratulations once again for 10k, and I do look forward to do more collaborations with you in the near future. Our bond will never break as dear Splatoon brothers. Next comes from Techno TJ. What is your favorite meme? Put that candy back, I'm not buying you all that meth. Try me. Just Josh asked me, Would you ever want to collab with other YouTubers? Heck, I'm already am, and I'm very grateful to collaborate with those that I love collaborating with in terms of voice acting, poster making, dual reactions, or more people reacting to videos with me, etc. I'm very grateful for that. I'll definitely do more of those. KSP Texan asks me, a heterological word is one that does not describe itself. Does heterological describe itself? That's a good question, and my good answer is, your guess is as good as mine. Chaos Mox, another one of my Splatoon brothers, along with 2Dev and ThunderBuddy01, asks me, well, he says, congratulations on 25k, bro. And he asks me, my question is, what is your most favorite retro video game to play or games to play? Game to play would be Battle Garega, games to play would be old Super NES Classic and NES Classics. There are a lot of them, but it's just hard to name them one by one, but I have a lot that I have in mind. I just stick with the ones that I love playing a lot often. Crayon Shin Chen Fan 153 Jr. asks me, what is your favorite anime? Blaze Blue Ultimate Memory. Considering that it entails 2 chapters in the Blaze Blue gaming series, Blaze Blue Calamity Trigger and Blaze Blue Continuum Shift, starring Ragnar the Blood Edge, the SS Class Criminal aka the Grim Reaper who wields the Soul Eater Drive, and of course, he possesses the Azure Grimoire. He has relatives named Jin Kisaragi, who's also one of my favorite characters along with Ragnar. And there are a lot of crazy things in the game and the anime, and it's just amazing how they pen out everything. It's just gorgeous. Arc System works a very great job with Blaze Blue altogether. Agent Arceus 27 asks me, well, she said, congratulations on 25k, thank you, Agent. And she asked me, how long have you used SFM for? Since 2018, consider that we're in the year 2021, I would say it'd be 3 years since it's been 3 years since I used SFM. Hug? Of course. Much love. I love cats 9561 aka Jeremiah's asked me, well, he said, Meg would be so proud of you, Silverreploid CLE. I'm sure she is. Alfonso the Inkling asked me 4 things. Number 1, how do you feel when watching my videos, Silver? I feel very amused. Like any other Splatoon-based video, or any video in general by certain people that I love collaborating with and whatnot, I definitely feel amused. And of course, it definitely warms my heart, no matter what. Number 2, have you thought about making a new content for the channel? I'm definitely thinking about doing new things. And speaking of new, little announcement after this Q&A video, but you'll definitely see new things, great things on the channel. A hug, thanks Alfonso, muchas gracias. And number 4, what will your next animations be? Well, let alone the story arc that I've yet to work on fully, I have a couple of other side animations on the side from the story arc, like musical covers and whatnot, like how I did with the Valentine video. Although I have another musical coming up real soon, there will be 2 versions of it, one on the main channel and one on the secondary channel, which is Reploid CLE. You'll definitely see those in the future. VM77 Studios VA asks me, if a sequel of Meggy's Destiny is made, Meggy's Destiny 2, what would you like it to be about? Well, considering that Meggy no longer lives in Inkopolis, and she's now living in Mushroom Kingdom, just a casual hangout with her and her friends, Mario and the rest of the gang. But I know majority of people have been leaving a ton of comments in regards to Destiny missing the gang and whatnot. Well, Megan and the rest missing Destiny and whatnot. Although, if there were to be a sequel, however, what I would love to see, I know you cannot resurrect the dead, and that's the honest to God reality of it all. And of course, it's sad, I know, but it's the truth. And of course, but if there were to be a sequel, though, the least I would want to see on SNG4, if there were to be a sequel to that, I would love to see the gang talking with Destiny spiritually, the spiritual version of Destiny talking with the old crew, even though Meggy and Destiny were rivals back in the day during the turf wars and whatnot, and that would definitely be a totally wholesome scene to see. Greg B101 asked me, what made you get into animations and YouTube? And congratulations on 25k. Thank you, Greg. What got me into doing animations? Well, a lot of people that animate with Source Filmmaker and Gmod and whatnot. Like I said, regarding Gmod, I don't despise the program, nor do I dislike the program. I still have it in my Steam library, needless to say. It's just I'm such a noob at it. Like, I'm so mediocre when it comes to, well, not mediocre, but such a noob in general when it comes to utilizing the program to animate and, of course, make posts and, of course, just play the game altogether. But I got myself motivated by doing that. Although, even though I use Source Filmmaker, I still get motivated by Gmod to do more animations and whatnot. And I'm very glad that I got Gmod because for those who don't know, you can actually convert the Gmod maps and models into SFM models and maps. But most of the time I've been doing maps for doing different posters and animations in general. And regarding people who get me to do YouTube, it's a lot of things like technology. I love technology. And of course, yeah, a lot of people have inspired me to do time more on YouTube and whatnot. And it stopped me from going further and further. Next question comes from Super Smash Bailey, who was the one who took part with me in the reaction duel, reacting to Sunset Paradise pilot episode, and I want to wholeheartedly thank her once again for taking part in reacting to the pilot episode with me. She asked me, "Hey Silver, my question is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love Maggie?" I would definitely say 10. Also, Super Smash Bailey, hope you're taking care of yourself and stay blessed. Seed Gatson asked me, "1, when will I get a banana from you?" I'm not freaking Donkey Kong, what the heck? And 2, have any amiibos? Unfortunately, I do not. Lane asked me, "What's your favorite video game?" That's the third time I've been asked that, but like I said, guys, Battlegarega is my number 1 because I love challenging myself. I love doing high scoring and whatnot. Although I can rage sometimes in Battlegarega because, well, I keep getting messed up by the aircraft so many freaking times, and it's just crazy. But hey, that's what video games do to most people, make you rage the heck out and whatnot. Like how Dashby said, "Rage!" Yeah. And we are down to the last question, actually one last set of questions, and this one comes from Aziel Holly. And she asked me 5 questions. Number 1, why do you like Mega Splatoon so much? It's due to her combat mechanism, especially when it comes to doing turf war. Now, not the affection type, this is not a shipping thing. Don't get it twisted, guys. I just like Maggie because of her combat mechanism, and of course, I also love how she is caring for most people in the realm of SMG4, and of course, any other realms that she's involved in as a cameo and whatnot. And she's just amazing in terms of her combat and her personality, and the fact that she loves ramen noodles like I do. What kind of job do you want to be? A videographer, like I am right now. Do you watch an action movie called Back to the Future Part 2? I never actually got myself to Back to the Future. I love watching other movies like Mortal Kombat, which is what I saw recently, by the way, and I also love other movies such as, well, there are a lot of movies that I love watching every now and then, but regarding Back to the Future, I never actually gotten to watch. I mean, I heard of it, but I even played a game of it one time, but I've never actually gotten the full context of what it's all about, Blast of the Past and whatnot, and it's just, wow. Which country were you born? United States of America. And lastly, how's the Splatoon Gmod community doing? Well, it's not basically Gmod community in general, it's just a Splatoon community in general. I mean, most communities nowadays, there are a lot of ups and downs and whatnot, but that doesn't mean it'll last for a long duration of time. And my thing is this, as long as people are getting along with each other, as long as people have each other, and of course taking care of each other, loving each other, whatnot, and of course treating each other as family, that's how I feel for most people on here, the Splatoon community, or any community in general, whether it's a gaming community, whether it's YouTube community, whether it's video community, any community that you're involved in, as long as you guys are treating each other fairly and of course equally and the right way, the gears will continue to roll. The gears of wholeheartedness, if that's the right word, will continue to roll smooth like, and of course everything will just get much more sweeter. And of course that's what I love about being one of those people who cares about a lot of people in the community. And of course, even though there are many flaws when it comes to caring too much about other people, I just be like concerned and caring and loving people no matter what they're going through and whatnot. And even to this day I still have that sensation, and that's what I was born with. Like, I'm a Cancer zodiac, and I know this has nothing. I know the zodiac sign that has nothing to do with the situation right now, but I just feel that way. Like, I feel that for a lot of people, including you guys, and of course to the haters, I respect you guys. No matter what, if you dislike the channel, if you dislike the videos, I'm totally fine with that. But yeah, I still care about people. I wish them nothing but the best, and no matter what, I will always be there for those who need it. So that was a very star-crossing question, and of course heartfelt question, but hey, like I said, as long as you have those people with you, and as long as you're taking care of each other and continuing to love each other, have that modicum of togetherness within you, everything will definitely be fine. Wow, it's almost close to an hour since I've done the Q&A video. even though some of this has been edited. I recorded like over 40 something minutes on camera, the Q&A video, and just wow, the whole thing was just amazing. It felt a little star-crossing at first, answering some of the questions that you guys sent, but at the very least, though, I still had fun answering you guys' questions, and yeah. So guys, uh, that's the Q&A video. That's a lengthy Q&A video. I was thinking it'd be over 30 something minutes long, depending on how many questions I had and how much honesty I have to give to you guys and whatnot. But at the very least, though, I answered every single one of them correctly, and of course, well, I did have a little tongue twister and whatnot on certain parts, but it doesn't matter. I'll still, yeah, I still answered them fully with full honesty, and yeah. So guys, that right there is going to conclude my Q&A video for 25,000 subscribers. Thank you all so much for participating in my Q&A video. I love you guys, and of course, I really appreciate you guys' love and support along the way. And like I said, guys, tomorrow, either after I react to Dashi's next Super Mario Maker 2 episode or before I react to it, there will be an unboxing video of something that I got recently. So you definitely see that, and of course, other great things coming in the near future. And a crazy Translate Challenge video that got coming for you guys this coming Tuesday. So stay tuned for that. And of course, with that said, everyone, here's to growing more on YouTube. Like I said, guys, fame is not everything. For those who are into doing YouTube, don't choose fame over family because, well, it can definitely change you deeply. And I don't want that to transpire to my trait and whatnot because I love you guys also. It's not about doing videos. It's not about doing this and the other. Gain tons of more subscribers. It's about family. It's about togetherness. That's how I feel. And had I come to grips with that, I wouldn't have been doing YouTube a lot. But had I not met you guys, I wouldn't have been like, well, here to this very day. But I still have both traits within me. Well, it's not just fame fully. It's mostly family because, well, I don't do videos just for, just to be a sensation. I do videos because I love doing videos in general because I love entertaining people. I love building relationships with some people, and I also love watching videos with family, and that will never ever stop. So guys, once again, I love you guys infinitely, and thank you all so much for taking the time to submit your questions for the Q&A video, and I'll definitely keep going for you guys as a content creator on YouTube, as a freelancer, etc., as a Splatoon animator, and everything else, also a musician, and many other categories that fits me and of course the channel and whatnot, what I do and whatnot. And yeah, you'll definitely see more of these videos in the future. So guys, thank you all so much for watching the Q&A video, and thank you to those who've been submitting their questions once again, and just thank you all so much for being part of my journey. And YouTube will forever be my career no matter what happens. So guys, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and close this video off. Hope you enjoyed the video to the fullest, everyone. And if you did, as always, do not hesitate to hit the thumbs up button because it will always keep me going. And if you're new to my channel otherwise and want to see more videos, make sure you take a minute to subscribe for more content with notifications on. Social media links in the description and my Twitch channel. And do not forget, as always, to share because we care. And with that said, I want to give a few shout outs to a few honorable mentions. I'm going to give 10 shout outs to people who I want to thank in this video. Firstly is 2Dev Sensei. Second is Mr. Riot. Third, Rudy Octoling. Fourth, let's see, Alyssa Ratical 15. Fifth, Alex Spider. Sixth, SMG4. Seventh, the Millennium Mafia. 8. Who can I give the 8 shout out to? Yes, Kitsume. Number 8 is Kitsume. Number 9 is Snake Lantern Game. And last but by no means least, my Splatoon girlfriend, Inky155. So guys, thank you all so much. And of course, shout out to those people I mentioned in the video. And of course, shout out to all you guys as well for being part, whether it's the YouTube family, Splatoon family, and every family that I'm involved in, every community I'm involved in. And yes, guys, with that said, that's going to wrap up today's video. And I'll see you guys tomorrow on a few reactions and, of course, the unboxing videos. So, guys, there are more to come soon. This It's Reploid slash Inkling himself, Silverreploid CLE. I love you guys to the fullest, and as always, I will see Reploid, Mavericks, Maverick Hunters, Sigma, Dreamers. I'm a dreamer too because I love to dream to achieve. Inklings, Octolings, Vimos, etc. Everyone. In the next video, stay blessed, warmed, loved, safe, quarantined, and as always, fresh in the flesh. And I will see you guys next time with the Utopia. Love you guys so much, and with that said, take care of yourselves. Have a very blessed and safe weekend. I love you guys infinitely once again. I know I keep saying it, but it's just, I love you guys infinitely. I really do. And may our bonds continue to grow stronger. And with that said, everyone, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you. Become a part of the Alpha branch of the Reploid Utopia and receive great perks such as honorable mentions and more.